good afternoon. This is Fethiye on the turquoise coast, the Turkish Riviera. A bay here, the Aegean Sea out that way, and the Mediterranean out there. You got your fresh juice. So I'm going to walk along this harbor here with all these expensive looking boats. And so if you're thinking about coming to this part of Turkey, which I highly recommend, then you might be wondering, where should you go? Fethiye is very likely a place that you will come into. The main airport is Dalaman, about an hour's drive out that way, and I came there like 3 weeks ago now. And I just passed through Fethiye on my way to Uludeniz because I'd heard that it was a smaller, quieter, kind of more peaceful, still touristy and a bit packed on the beach there, but it's a much smaller town than Fethiye here. And so it will depend on what you're looking for, but if you want the, bigger city with the greater selection of restaurants and amenities and access to all of the various things that you can do in the greater area, then Fethiye might be a good place to stay, but it just kind of depends on what your preference is. For myself, then, I kind of prefer the smaller places, and so I'm just going to walk around and give a impression of the city, try to answer the question, is it worth visiting? Is it the best place to stay? Or would it maybe be better to stay somewhere like Uludeniz, which is only like 30 minutes away, or Kaş, which I went to as well, which is really, really nice. It's a bit of a further drive. Also, there's Dalyan, which I will go to next, probably tomorrow. And so one of the reasons that I stopped here in Fethiye, I'm staying 2 nights, last night and tonight, is to see the rock-cut caves. I'm not sure if that is them up there on that very cliff, but up there, anyways, is these tombs carved straight out of that same cliff up there. And so you can just walk right up to those tombs there from town in like 15 or 20 minutes. So I thought that I would do that walk and in the process show more of the city, give a taste of kind of the whole range of things to see from the waterfront and the sea, and also walk through the Old Town. I saw a sign for it here. My hotel is very close by. Got a great deal, 25 bucks a night for a nice little room. And so you kind of get the idea here of the boat scene. So let's peel away from the water and dive into the town. And there is a market here every Tuesday. It's supposed to be like a really big market with all kinds of stuff. Today is a Thursday, so not happening today. And so they're called the momentous rock tombs, and it's just an 11-minute walk from right here. And while I have my phone out, then I thought that I would read a little bit of the history of Fethiye. Quite fascinating. Modern Fethiye is located on the site of the ancient city of Telmesos, the ruins of which can be seen in the city, the Hellenistic theater by the main quay. Hellenistic means Greek. So I'll have to find the theater as well. A Lycian legend explains the source of the name Telmesos as follows. The god Apollo falls in love with the youngest daughter of the king of Phoenicia, Agenor. He disguises himself as a small dog and thus gains the love of the shy, withdrawn daughter. After he reappears as a handsome man, they have a son who they name Telmesos, the land of lights. The city became part of the Persian Empire after the invasion of the Persian general Harpagos in 547 BC, along with other Lycian and Carian cities. And so it's the usual history of this area, which is very long ago, and the Persian Empire and the Roman Empire and the Greek Empire and the Byzantine, which is kind of Greek and kind of Roman, and the Ottomans, and etc., etc. And so it is always fascinating to see this mix of the modern 21st century or 20th century, whatever, buildings, and then little pieces of ancient history from 2,000 years ago, 2,500 years ago, just poking up out of the ground. So let's see what we can find. Those rock-cut tombs are from around 400 BC, so very, very old. And so I can also get there by going through the back streets. So let's see another side of the city here. Meow. Turkish flag. Lots of cats. And I see some old stone buildings up there. Oh boy, and this is where the real hike begins. And here we go. Speaking of ancient history, poking up out of the modern pavement, how old is this thing and what is it? Like a bomb shelter? Or... Huh. Marhaba. Do you speak any English? What is it? Water tank. Water tank. Thank you, sir. I see. Thank you. Teşekkür. Okay, there we go. Water tank. From when? Could be 100 years old, or 400 or 500. I don't know. I guess it's concrete. And I can see a big cave up there, but these things are more than just caves. There we go. Wow. Look at that. Let's go get a much closer look. That is incredible. And something else just on the right up there. Look at that. Starting to feel just a little bit like Cappadocia, also in Turkey. It's just 10 lira or $1.50. The tomb of Momentous, also known as the Fethiye Tomb, is an ancient Greek rock-hewn tomb at ancient Telmesos in Lycia or Lycia. The impressive-looking tomb was built in 350 BC and was named after the Greek inscription on the side of it, which reads Amento to Hermagio, which translated to English means Amyntas, son of Hermagios. The tomb was built by the Lycians, the people who lived in this area of Turkey at the time. The Lycians were never members of a specific country, but rather a tightly knit confederation of independent city-states, which included Telmesos. And so let's check out the smaller ones first. And so I'm guessing that is a tomb as well, a little one. Not much else that it could be for. is a lot of work to go to bury somebody. And you can just dig a hole in the dirt. Wow. And it's all blackened with soot. I guess maybe they also had some kind of ceremonies in here, or probably they were lived in. I would guess that this is just, total conjecture, but they may have been created as tombs originally, and then over the centuries, then people end up coming in here and living here, and making little campfires and sleeping up there, or who knows, but all that blackened rock makes it look like there's been fires in here. And look at that view. And so the inscription on the momentous tomb here apparently read, "Momentous, son of Hermagio." And so I guess it was built for Momentous, the son of Hermagio. Now, whether that means that the father had it built for his son who died young, maybe, or that was just his title, and he was the king and his father had already died, or who knows. It doesn't seem to say much further. They don't seem to know who Momentous or Hermagio were. But where is that inscription? It said on the side. Lots of inscriptions, not from 350 BC. Such a shame. And again, it looks blackened with soot up there. Maybe there were ceremonies, fires down here. And it is not much bigger, actually, than the other ones. Just a little bit. And clearly it was made for more than one person. Maybe the idea was Momentous, son of Hermagio, was buried here, and then when his wife died, then she would be, and maybe when their child was, then he would be entombed here as well, or something. Wow. Really cool. And this thing is going to stick around for another 2,500 years. When there's spaceships flying around and total futuristic view, the same view, but totally different looking ships and buildings or whatever. And this tomb will be not much different. This cliff is not going anywhere other than a massive earthquake. Okay. That looks older right there and kind of more official, but still doesn't look 2,400 years old. So, not sure where that inscription is. The call to prayer, and check it out. That might be the original inscription, because it says Momentous. It actually looks like a Mantoy, unless that was carved later. A Mantoy. Yeah.
It's right here.
Okay, so that might actually be the original, or it could have been created later.
Original, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. It seems almost a little too crisp. Yeah. Like it should be more worn away if it was the original, but and a beehive up there.
Okay, do you want me to take a photo to you?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, thanks a lot.
I just make videos, so
Take care.
thanks a lot. Have a good day. And here are the other two major ones. I guess you can't really get right up to them. And another smaller one over there. Several more smaller ones, it looks like. Yeah, there's another one on the right. You could get up there if you were persistent. Lots more carved into this cliff here. And so it is called the ancient city of Telmesos. So I'm not exactly sure if some of these were lived in, or if the city was more around here and then the tombs were up here, or what, but either way, it must have been quite a fascinating sight when it was fully operational. Again, 1, 2, 3. That seems to be the pattern. Or else it was just a matter of practicality of making a sort of shelf all the way around the edges. All right, let's go try to find the Hellenistic Theater. And so the ladies at the ticket office said that the amphitheater is closed for renovations right now, but it's down by the marina, and I guess you can kind of see it from outside or something. So I'll try my best, but I've seen a lot of ancient theaters at this point. So. And an old sarcophagus, it looks like. No way in or out. Once you're in there for a long time, until someone can lift that thing up, I guess. And so I guess the ancient city of Telmesos was probably spread all throughout this area. Looks like this might be more remains of it. Quite a stunning white mosque here. Very beautiful. Okay, the old city, Haspatur, is this way, I guess. And I can see more old structures up on that hill there. That would be a nice view to get up there if I was in the mood for it. Not feeling it right now, but there is lots to explore in Fethiye, old and new. And so is it worth visiting? Absolutely. There is quite a bit to see here. Now it might not be necessarily the ultimate place to stay for longer, for a week or whatever. Might be nicer to stay out at Oludeniz, where I was, or one of the other smaller beach destinations in the area, and then come over here for the day, come see the market on Tuesday, go see the tomb, walk around, see the harbor, and eat out at a restaurant or whatever, and then go back to your quieter, smaller town. But regardless, it is definitely worth a stop. And so this is an interesting shopping area, which maybe is the actual Old Town, because these are older brick buildings, not as old as the tombs, but Old Town, this Old Town of Fethiye? Old Town? This way. Thank you, sir. Well, still trying to find that Old Town. I just cannot find it. I asked another guy, and he pointed this way, said it was like 200 meters this way. That was like 200 meters that way. So it should be like right here. If only there was like a sign or something that just said, you know, here's the Old Town. Like they could just do that, right? Ah, there we go. Passepartout. Whirling dervishes. And another very interesting part of the city. Mahava, how are you doing? Good. Turkish food, or it's just a bar?
If you want any food.
You have food and drinks?
Yes.
Okay, maybe I come later. Mahava. Very nice. It was definitely worth asking around and finding it. Look at this covered area. Looks like the place to be in the afternoons when it's hot. Right here, a Turkish hammam, Turkish bath. The Turkish bath, together with the mosque nearby, were built by Yavuz Sultan in the 16th century. And I'm right back where I started the video, right over there. Classic old car here. Renault 12TX. And so it turns out that the Hellenistic Theater is about 30 seconds from where I started the video. Typical old amphitheater. Not as impressive as others I've seen, and it is indeed closed for restorations, and some of those blocks look very new. Alright, gonna end this video here, and stay tuned. Lots more coming from Turkey. I'm going to be taking off tomorrow with my rental car and driving west along the coast to visit more ancient ruins and seaside towns and various other things. So take it easy.